All right, here we go. We got the brand new CharBroil Pro Series gas grill. I think the model number on this one is the 463281024. This thing weighs, when it comes, I've got it off Amazon. When it comes, it weighs about 150 pounds. So I'm gonna have to carry this upstairs piece by piece, up 3 flights of stairs. So here we go. All right, so I've at least taken the lid off right now. There's a number of different components that are here. So I'll just take my time over this weekend, and I'm not gonna do it all at one time, but I'll just do it piece by piece and get everything upstairs at least to the living room where I can put it together so you can kind of see what's going on there. Looks really cool. All right. Okay, I'll check back in with you guys. So I've been going through unpacking this thing. I see why it's so heavy. This griddle here probably feels like it weighs like 35 pounds. These are the individual pieces. These are some of the small ones. I could just put those in an IKEA bag and carry them upstairs. Then the main grill part, I was like, oh man, if this is gonna be where most of the weight's gonna be, I'm dead. But there's some heavy components. Like these, this is really heavy right here. That's the rest of the bottom of the grill. So I think I can easily probably get that upstairs. Probably have my wife help me real quick. But yeah, it's magnificent so far. I'll be back. Okay, so it's a couple days later since I did the initial carry up, but this is the barbecue grill. I've gotten pretty much everything out of the packaging. I've got it spread out. Don't want to scratch our hardwood floor, so I put down a painter's tarp, and you can see the different pieces. There's the griddle, and then I still have the main body in the garage. Once I get the base assembled, I have my girl help me carry it up because it's not heavy, but it's just awkward. I don't want to, I got to go up 3 flights of steps, so I don't want to end up dropping it and damaging the floor or anything like that, but you can at least see how things are. And I'm going to start right here on step number 1. So there we go, guys. Okay, here we go. So we got the main body put together of the grill. You can see it right there. And got just a few more pieces left to go. We're gonna go down and bring up the main cooking area. So pretty much everything that we have left over here just relates to the remaining tops. I think I've already gotten through most of the screws. A little bit more than half are gone. And then just a few more pieces of things here that we need to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and go downstairs and bring it back up. Okay, so we got the main grill portion up here and got it dropped in here. It's not mounted. So everything is engineered very well, goes together very well, very solid. I think the only thing I didn't like about this grill, I love that it's black. The main thing I didn't like was that in the end, this section here will be open. But let me keep working on it here. We'll be there in a few minutes and we should have everything pretty much done. But I've only got like a few more pieces to deal with here. I gotta put the burner on the end, running out of screws, you know, for sure. Here we go. All right, here we go, guys. The grill is assembled. This is a behemoth. So this is the bottom, you can see. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about this grill is that this area here is exposed, but you know what? We'll make do. Inside of here, I didn't realize it, but it actually comes with the charcoal pans. So you can actually put charcoal into the grill and ignite it with the burners and then turn around and have, meat and food that are cooked with, charcoal if you like that particular effect. For now, I think I'm gonna keep this in the configuration that it's in. These are the other sets of emitter grills, and then this is the scraper right here on the bottom. But I'm going to go ahead and just keep the grill configured like this with the grill on that side, the grill portion, and then the emitter plates over here. Because most of the time it's just me and Mrs. Boo Boo. So, hey, we're not making a lot of food. We're not going to have a lot of people over. Maybe when we have our, when folks are coming over for the wedding and all that, we'll have a lot more going on. I might change the configuration then. But I think for the most part, a lot of stuff I can make, if we're gonna make bacon, or we're gonna make, pancakes or whatever, I can make them outside on the grill. And then I can make meat over here. And then the most important thing with the grill is that, I like to accumulate all the leftover stuff, that falls to the bottom of the grill, because that would actually creates a lot of the flavor and the smoke. And this is one other thing right here. We got a little, so if I want to, make some grits maybe outside, and we can do it all there, and we can make it happen. So I'm very happy with the grill. You can see it there, and it's got a little warming rack up there on top. Go ahead and go downstairs and grab the propane, bring it up, and then I'm going to push it out on the patio. So I'm not going to cook with it today, but I will cook with it another day. And I think I need to get a grill cover as well as a grill mat to go on underneath it. So, all right, guys. Okay, we are done with the grill. I got everything assembled, and I'm sitting out here on the balcony. And so I'll walk over and show you guys the grill here in a second, but I just went ahead and just realigned everything up here. Now, I'm not afraid to try to save a buck whenever possible. If you guys see that right there, that is one of those spools that wires come on when they're trying to build a high-rise building or whatever. They're running, power cord throughout the building or other types of stuff. That's what they come on. And so we came over here just before we bought the place officially, and we were still going through escrow and all that, so it wasn't officially ours. But we came by right over here. They're building, the apartment complex is already done, and underneath it, they were going to have retail, but they ended up deciding to put apartments down there. And so they were working on that, and they had a dumpster outside, and we drove by the dumpster on a Sunday after we got done at church, and I said, baby, look up there on top. They got those spool things. Maybe we can do something with them. So we pulled up, I grabbed 3 of them. So I got this one here, and I got these 2 right there. And so what Bube is going to do is she's going to take and finish these and put a design on them. And then we had this other high-rise table, like an IKEA tabletop we had taken apart. It fits easily on top of the spool, and I went ahead and bought some casters with locking wheels on them from Amazon. I just installed those on there right now. So the whole idea is the top of the table still comes off and everything breaks apart. And we didn't spend a lot of money on trying to, get furniture and that type of stuff for the deck, and a lot of our neighbors that we have, they've got some of these sets I've seen at Costco that are, $1,500, $2,000, etc. We wanted to have everything because sometimes it gets really windy out here in RVA. We want to be able to break everything down quickly and take it in the house. And we already used stuff that we already had. So I got my cooler over there. That's one of my favorite coolers in the whole world. I got my grill set up. So let me go ahead and show you that real quick. And then when I was doing retail before, I had these chairs. And so those are there on the other side over there. And there's also 2 other folding chairs. If we have a small party of, 8 to 12 people over, we can all easily be accommodated and have everything we need. And this is the grill. I've already gone and fire tested it, made sure everything lit up. I think like I said, I'm gonna keep it in this configuration here. This is a very, very solid build. I really like it. It's very, very cool. And then down there on the bottom, I got the propane tank. I have a tendency to keep my propane tank off because I've done it before back in the days, and there's a little bit of leakage that takes place over time. You'll lose your propane. So as soon as I'm done grilling, I'll turn it off, and then make sure it's off. I'll turn on the burner and just burn off the last little bit of gas that's in the line. This is the charcoal. If you want to use charcoal, like I said, these are the other emitter grates down there on the bottom. And I'll tell you, everything went together perfectly. No issues with workmanship or craftsmanship, all that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside the house right now, and I'm going to take some chicken out, let it thaw out, and then we'll have our first meal tonight on the grill, and we'll give it a shot. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'll just go ahead and show you guys. I've got the grill. I follow the manufacturer's instructions. So what I'm doing here is I've seasoned the grill. Whew, let me turn it down just a little bit. I've gone and put a very high smoke point oil on the grill. And let's see here, turn this down a little bit. And things are doing what they're supposed to do. So I'm just gonna let it run for, they say about 20 minutes or so. Then you turn it off and let it cool. I've already applied some avocado oil, which has a really high smoke point, as opposed to like something like olive oil, etc. And it's working, guys. Here we go. All right, guys. So I've got the first batch of food on the grill. There we go. Like I said, I think I'm going to use the configuration where I have just the grates on this side and I have the griddle on this side. You can see it's got a nice season on it. You know, I think up here at the top it probably can be a little bit more, but I think for the purposes of what's happening, taking place, we're good to go. And so I'm gonna let the chicken here do its thing, and then over time, all the stuff that's left over, I should actually took and dumped the other stuff that came from the chicken, from the seasoning, inside the grate, so it'd have a chance to burn off and evaporate and create that incredible flavor stuff over time. But that's it. So I'll be making this chicken here, and once it's done, we'll eat it. I know it'll be delicious. And each batch of chicken after this will get better, better, better. So I'll go ahead and sign off, guys. That's the whole grill assembly all the way up to cooking, and then we're back online again with cooking with the CharBroil grill, infrared. Excuse me. And then I will be back with more videos in the future.